And you're talking about plots that kind of people fall in love with and their emotions take over. I think the number one kind of plot is the one in the middle of the countryside, and people think, well, it's not, it's near a village, it's kind of on the edge of a village, kind of got a chance. What would your advice be to somebody who's maybe found what looks like a pretty viable plot of land on the edge of a development? At a moment, there's nothing on there at all. Has it got a chance? Will it ever have a chance, or is it just something worth forgetting completely?
Well, no, it's not worth forgetting completely, but it's treat with caution, because if it's outside the settlement boundary or it's in open countryside as defined by policy, then obviously it's very, very much more difficult to achieve. Open countryside, you're not really going to achieve a new build. You might achieve a conversion or a replacement dwelling, but you're certainly not going to get a brand new build in open countryside easily.
Now, the argument I hear against that, of course, is people coming up to me and say, well, there's a house there that was built in the 1960s in the middle of the countryside. I guess a lot of people would like to know, how did that happen then and what's changed since?
Well, materially, a lot's changed in terms of legislation. There's many more restrictions now. As I say, if there's a house sat there and it was built in 1960, for argument's sake, the replacement dwelling policies will cover that. That's fine. But you will be able to replace that dwelling with probably a maximum of 30% extra floor space. So it's constraining. You won't be able to get that mansion that you desired. There is a loophole, however, PPG 7. PPG 7 deals with very large properties, really, really well-designed properties, sort of the mansion type of affair.
And the outstanding architectural...
Absolutely, and those are, there is a skill to getting those through the process, but you have to use, a team of experts. It's not something you'll be able to do on your own, but it's certainly worth a look at in the right set of circumstances.
And it has been done?
Indeed. I have several examples of that in our portfolio, and I know many others who've achieved it. So not an issue of whether you can or can't, but it's the right set of circumstances.